man, I want to get into this Earl Thomas sitch. This is the craziest fucking story I've heard in a long time. We needed something like this during the quarantine.
Yeah.
What don't you get, Jabes? This is amazing. And I'm going to break this down to the audience. So if you were listening to the show a couple months ago, and again, every day is now the same goddamn day. Thanks, China. You'll know that my epic Post Malone story where I beat him playing beer pong buck naked for $20,000 in the room that day was Earl Thomas. Mm-hmm. And even Earl, I think I even said in the story, I was like, even Earl Thomas was like, dude, I'm going to check out after like 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Earl Thomas, cool motherfucker, right? We have a mutual friend, a really good friend, Jeremy Hills, who's been on the show numerous times in Drinkin Bros. Probably I would say the best, most elite NFL trainer there is, right? Lives in Austin. All of his clients are in Austin, including Earl Thomas, which is why I'm bringing that up now, because this is where this arrest took place. He came out last night on Instagram, because I follow him on Instagram, and he just left this message into camera, looking into camera like this, very solemn, and he was just like, hey, guys, there's going to be a story. It's going to drop on TMZ, and just want to ask for my privacy and respect my wishes and all this shit. And it was just like that, and you were like, whoa. I mean, it was literally this close to face, boom, phone down, that was it. And you're like, what the fuck happened? Right. The story drops last night after he makes this video, and it is banana dick. So he gets into a fight with his wife yesterday afternoon. She's saying he was drinking, right?
Okay.
Hops on Snapchat because he's Earl Thomas, and he can just grab pussy whenever he wants to. And hooks up with this girl on Snapchat and was like, yo, I'm coming over. Rents a fucking, didn't say I'm coming over. Said, meet me someplace. He rented an Airbnb off of his phone.
Okay.
In Austin.
Paper trail.
Yes. For this girl. They met at this Airbnb, right? Well, his wife, Nina Thomas, who got arrested last night, goes through, she went through the full CSI last night. Found out where they were, where the Airbnb was, she started with Snapchat, then went to the Airbnb, went to receipts, found out where they were, and showed up with a loaded handgun and two girlfriends, right?
Okay.
Kicks open the bedroom door. He's in bed with this woman and his brother.
And his own brother. His own brother. Now, I don't know about you, and you know I can go down a porn rabbit hole, but I don't usually see sibling threesomes. Not with two guys.
Oh, my God, dude. So this gets even crazier. She starts pointing the gun at these. There's another girl in bed as well. I don't know
Besides the Snapchat
girl. Clearly, it's one of her friends, I guess, obviously. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many people were in this bed total. We're going to, as the facts come out of this case, we're going to get to it. If it's more than 4, I think that's okay then if you want to fuck with your brother.
Okay.
If it isn't, though, then that's weird because, let's face it, he could have fucked on the couch or whatever. Like, I don't know what was going on at that point.
Sure, but I thought they were all in bed together.
They were all in bed together, right?
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If the number comes out and it's higher than 4 people in the bed, then I understand it. Of like, all right, you're having a group orgy. You get 5, maybe 6 people in the bed, and then you're swapping around or whatever, right?
Roll over.
Exactly. Roll over.
And there's 6 in the bed, and the little one said, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah. So she's got a 9mm Beretta with her.
Good for her.
When she arrived, she discovered Earl and Seth, who's the brother, naked in bed with other women. So Nina admitted it, the wife. She admitted she pulled out the gun to Earl's head and said that she thought she took out the magazine thinking the gun could not fire. But the cops said that she was unaware that the gun had a round in the chamber.
So
if she would have pulled the trigger, she would have fucking blew him away.
Oh.
So she was holding him at gunpoint. One of the women grabs her cell phone and starts videoing the incident and said, according to the footage, that the wife is pointing the gun less than a foot away from his head, and her finger is on the trigger, and the safety is disengaged. She was ready to blow this motherfucker away. She could have fucking
killed him.
Yeah. That's when he said fuck it and wrestled her to the ground, tried to get the gun out of her hand, which he was able to do. Cops say the cell phone video also shows Nina striking Earl in the nose with the gun before it ended. And they spoke with Earl Thomas. He corroborated this story and said that she was repeatedly hitting him while he tried to take away the firearm and shit. But this is where it gets awesome to me, where I gotta start to slow clap for it, right? The wife, Nina, pointed the gun at the girls in the bed, and she goes, "Oh, I got something for all you hoes."
Nice. Beautiful. Love to
great?
see it.
Love to see that.
Love to see it.
Love to see that.
I don't see
one of her friends, by the way, Nina's friends, who she took over to the house in this sitch, was carrying a knife and swinging it aggressively at the altercation as well.
Perfect.
Yes. So the cops ultimately arrested the wife and the 2 members of her posse who she had took over there.
Who has the cell phone video? Who wrote that?
One of the hoes.
Michael Hando. So one of the girls in the bed pulled out a cell phone to film?
And there might have been other girls there in the other room. So, like, I don't know the bang sitch yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many women were in there. If there was a line of women waiting to get in to get boned. Like, because I don't want to forget them. Obviously, the survivors is what I call them. So I don't want to forget the other hoes. And again, I'm just using Nina's words, not mine on this one. But I definitely don't want to forget those. So at the end of it, Earl was not arrested at all. The woman, his wife, was taken to jail, and she got hit with an emergency protective order requiring her to stay 200 yards away from Earl and the alleged mistress. So there's that. Here's the thing, though. I think she might be able to get out of this. And here's why. There is a crime of passion law where if something happens in the crime of passion, it's not premeditated.
She didn't do anything, no.
What's that? She held a loaded gun in his head and threatened to kill him and the other hoes. So, again, her words, not mine. You can't hold a loaded gun to someone, especially if it's not registered to you, too. That's another set of fucking felony charges there as well. So she's going to be hit with probably, I'd say 7 or 8 counts in this total. But to be fair, if you're her and you found out all this shit and you drove over there with a loaded handgun, you know, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see.
And is he going to press charges? Because he got fucked up in the middle of the afternoon and then called a gang of hoes off Snapchat. Like, how's that going to shake out?
Yeah, I don't think. So.
Yeah. And he's one of the best players in the NFL. So this isn't like this is some fucking
So I think
schlub.
he needs to, like, not press charges and then get divorced or do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. Or is that part of the magic with those two? Are they both crazy, you know?
Look, I've seen it before.
So just kind of wondering there, Jabes, what's going to happen? But more importantly, I'm also worried about the hoes, you know? Did they get out safely?
Sure.
Did they stay in the Airbnb the rest of the night? Because once you pay for it, you know, you have until pretty much 10 or 11 the next day for checkout. Like, are they still there right now?
Right.
A lot of questions to be answered. And mostly just want to know about dem hoes, according to Nina.
Right.
Because we're all
I don't
worried.
think she really did anything wrong.
Who?
Nina.
I don't either, to be honest with you. Like, dude, you find out all that shit and how intense that is. Like, renting an Airbnb. Even I was thinking about that. I was like, why not get a hotel? Oh, you can't. Coronavirus.
Right. Well, you can, but then you have to deal with, like, front desk, people noticing you, people recognizing you. Like, you get an Airbnb that you can just, like, roll up to and put in a code. It's a dream.
Pretty spectacular.
Pretty spectacular. Anyway.
I was up late with that story last night.
Loving
I was like,
it.
man, I can't believe this is happening. Because he started trending number one. Let's face it, football is not in season right
sure.
now. And I was
So
like,
if they're trending.
something happened. Something happened.